All right, here we go. Here we go. I bet you didn't think I was going to be with you today. Sorry about Friday night. I had dinner and I didn't get back in time. So my social schedule was pretty full Friday night. Don't even remember where we went. Did I see Barbie Friday night? I saw Barbie Saturday night. We'll talk about Barbie. We'll talk about other things. Welcome. Welcome to the media room. The media room, M-E is capitalized because it's all about me and it's all about you. But Udia room doesn't sound as good as media room. Welcome. I'm Bob. I'm part of Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. At least I was this morning. And we're going to have some fun tonight. We're going to hang out. We're going to talk. We're going to answer questions. We're going to talk about the heat wave. We're going to talk about television shows we're watching. We're going to talk about music we're listening to. We're going to do all that and more, and we're going to answer your questions, however personal, however inside. We will do it. But first, we cover the ground rules. By the way, this is kind of the how do you put it? This is kind of the help center for Mornings with Matt and Bob, powered by Chewy. This is the support community. Keeps us on the rails. You guys are the super fans. You guys keep it real. You guys spread the word out there. We'll talk about that too, because I'm going to ask you to do something. I'm just going to ask you to do something in a little bit. And yeah, I'm just reading some of your comments here. We'll run through some of the ground rules. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and join the channel. Join the chat, join the Discord, join the Discord. I said that twice. And support the channel in a way that makes you happy. A lot of you do, and I appreciate that. Don't make a lot of money off of ad revenue. It's literally pennies off of ad revenue. And mostly because, too, I put a lot of the videos private, especially the ones recently, because they've been super personal. And with everything going on with my mom earlier in the year, the first half of the year, and then just insanity and craziness. So some of it's so personal that I think about some of the things that I've said, and then I go into the settings in YouTube Studio and then just make it private, so only subscribers and stuff can see it. And I'm not trying to make it exclusive like that on purpose. I just sometimes I'll say something in the course of a podcast and I go, I don't want that out in the universe, and so I'll put it private or take it off altogether. But when we get back to having fun like we used to in the good old days, and hopefully that'll be soon, we'll make things more public. So I don't get a lot of ad revenue coming in and things like that. I would also appreciate it if you haven't done so, and I think most of you have, if you would subscribe to my new startup channel, which is doing pretty well right here. You can buy the t-shirts, by the way, on our regular merch site. Just tell me what version you want when you order it. I would appreciate a subscription from you on that. Even if audio is not your bag, I just got to boost the numbers. I had a video that I did 2 days ago that I posted that is at 8,000, I think, or 8,000 views and climbing, which is very good for me this early in the game. And 8,000 views without the help of, any other influencer or anything like that, just on its own, is pretty amazing. And it's really a video that I thought would get maybe 500 and die. And it just keeps, it's still, even tonight, still doing some numbers. And I assume when I wake up in the morning, it'll be at, 8,000 or 9,000 or whatever it is. I am literally 150 to 200 hours of watch time away from the initial levels of monetization, which is kind of cool. It's just a goal. It's not, it's not the monetization as much as it's just the goal of hitting that. And then the next benchmark will be 4,000 hours. So that's 3,000 hours that I did. And I projected it was going to take me 4 months to get to 3,000 hours, and I'm there in under 2 months. So I'm pretty happy about that. but still the growth is not, and the growth is going in the right direction. It's just not as strong. You know, I'm going to have some kind of viral video. I'm going to have something that clicks. You know, 8,000 views is good. 20,000 views would put me in a whole other category on a video. So, you know, subscribers that I'm looking for right now, you know, I would think in my mind that all 8,000 people that viewed that video would hit the subscribe button, but that's not what happens for some reason. So if you haven't subscribed yet to the United States of Analog, please do. It's not your normal audiophile fare. I try to have some fun. I do some super crazy cheap stuff. I do some old gear. I do some new stuff. You know, I'm just getting set up on that. So anything that you can do to help spread the word, I appreciate it. And just, you know, watch a video or two, make a comment, and subscribe. And I really would appreciate it, because it's something I'm interested in, and I want to know if it's something that I can do, you know, that I can grow, or if it's going to, and I'll know real soon. I'll probably know within the next 30 days whether it's something that I'll continue or give up on, like so many people do. So, because it's very tough. It's a very tough space, and people can be brutal. I've had good comments, but every once in a while you get a hate comment in there, and it just sucks the life out of you. And you know, so I'm dealing with all that kind of stuff, which is kind of new to me, because I've pretty much always shut myself out from any kind of, you know, review or, you know, chat outside of guys like you that are super fans and super friends. So thanks for doing that. I appreciate it. Thanks for bearing with me as I get that going. It takes a lot of work. And tonight, extremely frustrated because Dylan and I worked a couple hours on a new video, which I hope to have out by midnight tonight. And then when we went upstairs to edit at his station, found out the sound was really bad. And I don't think a channel about sound and audio should have bad sound and audio. So we're kind of between mics right now, and we've ordered a new set of DJI wireless mics, and they're not going to be here till Monday. So hopefully that'll rectify the audio situation. Maybe I should just use this mic and just have it off camera, because it seems to do pretty good. So that was frustrating tonight, to throw away 2 hours of my life and have no product to post. I mean, there was literally nothing that we could utilize. So that's disappointing, because I think whatever video is next on that platform will be the video that puts me over that initial hurdle for monetization, which is 3,000 hours. So I started, you know, with 0 hours and 0 minutes 2 months ago. I was the first subscriber, and we've got to, I think we're almost at 3,000 subscribers. We're at 2,500 subscribers over there. And again, starting from 0, and just under 3,000 hours of watch time. And I think I have 15 or 16 videos up. So, you know, the more videos that are up, the more people can watch, the more the hour. I hope it grows exponentially. I keep talking to my friend Randy about it, and you know, he says, hey, it'll happen. You just don't know when that one video is going to hit that just puts you over the top with people. So we'll just keep on keeping on, like we're doing here in the media room. So thank you for that. Thanks for bearing with me as I go on that other adventure outside of the media room. And I hope you guys aren't mad at me for doing that. It's just something I have to know if I can do. Okay, one thing I got to do before we get going and start looking at who's here and some of the initial comments that started about 25 minutes ago. Let me see if I can grab I'm sitting in front of the refrigerator, so it's hard to get. Let me get a rambler here. This room is it's pretty clean. I cleaned it up. That's the other hard thing about doing a channel like that, is that, you know, setting up the equipment every day and then tearing it down. So I think I've talked about that before. So anyway, and you guys always welcome to give me input on how we're doing over there as well as over here. Let me get a coaster. I don't want to ruin the top. You know what I mean? Your criticism is always welcome. I'm trying to keep a thick skin, but I am vulnerable. Hard to believe a tough guy like me is vulnerable, right? Right. How's the camera looking? I'm at 720. I didn't have the right cable tonight for 1080. I mean, there's so much. Even doing this show, there's so much. Some USB cables are different than other USB cables, and I can only do 720 tonight. Looks pretty good here from where I'm sitting. So let's go. Let's start the media room. You guys get your questions ready. I'm sure if you listened to the show early today, you probably have some questions. I got my knickers in a twist very early on the show today. Hey, Glenn is here. He's the first one in, brother Glenn. Aaron B is here. He's the first non-Fonseca. Hey, be happy you're a non-Fonseca. Second, why not media? Suzaku, never missed. I think the track record is secure. Glenn is a CIA agent. Yeah, he's a plant. He's narking on all you guys. Alex is here. What's up? KN/Crystal is here. Are you going to be at the, we'll talk about the event on Saturday night too. Excited about that. Excited that my vacation plans are not interfering with that. Where there's plenty of free parking. There you go. Joel's here. What's up, Joel? We did Why Not Media. We did a lot of, I'm looking for new people. There you go. T from LOC. Have you signed up on my new channel yet? Have you subscribed yet, T from LOC? You're an influencer yourself. Fredtastic is here. What's up, Fredtastic? At the job, but listening. All right, we like that commitment. We do. You live in Wimberley. How is Wimberley these days? Flying DJ is here. What's up? What's up, Flying DJ? Welcome. Little Hickey is here. The mama bear is here. What's up, Little Hickey? We ready for Saturday night? My family's excited. Not sure who's going to be joining me. I'm sure my wife will join me, I think. But we'll talk about that. We'll get all the details to everybody. And thanks for putting that together. I know we had a false start a couple weeks ago, but we got it. You got it done. And to do it on a Saturday night at the busy Arboretum, that's crazy that you got that. MC 400 foot cricket. I have no idea what that means, but we're glad you're here. KN is coming in. All right, K. Crystal, K. Crystal K. Crystal in. Kate and Donnie too. Little Hickey will be giving free hugs and other things, I'm assuming. What is that? I don't even know, Glenn, what that is about. I don't even want to know. Oh. When's Little Hickey going to make? Little Hickey makes a lot of branded merchandise. I wonder what surprises she'll have this time. She outmerches me. Yeah, head home. I'm going through these. Joel Moore is here. If I didn't mention you before, Scott Baylor is here. What's up? Hey, yo. Rick C is here. Hunter S. Bobson. I like that. I might adopt that. That's pretty good. No, I'll never tell. He was just bored. He was afraid. My friend, who will go nameless, I will take that to the grave. He was afraid he was going to fall asleep and start snoring. I think he was really tired because he'd done some yard work earlier in the day and he just wasn't feeling the Barbie movie. He's a meat and potatoes kind of guy. He's an action movie kind of guy. So we'll talk about Barbie. Clint is here. That's Mr. Channing Camille. And speaking of, Channing is here. Oh, cool. Oh, who was a fan of mine? Did they identify themselves? The best bowler in the group, Ryan Ball is here. Ryan B. I would say my son Dylan is second best. He had a couple 240 games the other night. He's really good. I wonder if we can channel that into college. I guess he would have to. Would you think, Ryan, that he would have to play in a league? Or can I just send video of him to colleges? Because he's consistently now rolling in the mid 200s multiple times an outing. And I wonder if I could send some videos off to some bowling coaches and some colleges or something, see if we can get something going. Or does he have to be PBA sanctioned and all that stuff? Because we just don't have time to do leagues. We're too busy. You mentioned Scott rule. There are no rules. Let's see. Let's see what Rick C has to say. Yeah, well, that's easy to say, Rick C. I get it. I hear what you're saying. And that's what Randy's telling me too. It's a numbers game, but you do want, it's funny because some videos will do 500 views, 1,000 views, and then 2,000, and others go to 4. I've got a couple that have gone to 7 and 8. And it's not always the ones that I think are going to be the two that have gotten me probably the biggest audience so far are ones that I almost didn't post, believe it or not, because I didn't think the quality was there. Yeah, maybe it should be. And I think the hard thing too is I got to take a bunch of input from all my kids too, who have a definite opinion, especially Dylan. He has a very strict opinion, but sometimes his instincts are wrong too, because there's times when he told me to not do something and I did it and it turned out to be highly successful. So I think he's a great collaborator when he's available, but I think the object is it's a numbers game. I think that's the secret. All right, going through your comments here, and then we'll get to your questions. So Rick C is talking to people here. Little Hickey. Yeah, this diet thing has got me worn out, man. I've been 1 pound away from my goal that I set for myself for like a week now, and I can't break through. I've been swimming about a half a mile a night. In fact, when we're done here at 10 o'clock, it's probably not a good idea, but I'll probably go out in the pool and swim a half mile before I go to bed, which is probably not advisable. It's probably not good to work out before you try to fall asleep, but I don't know what else to do because I'm trying to drop this weight, and I'm pretty skinny. I'm skinnier than my wife would like me to be right now, but I'm not where I want to be right now. So there's Aaron B. Aaron B got it. Aaron B got the controversy this morning. I wouldn't say controversy. I've already reached out to my partner and apologized for my behavior this morning. Something was said early on in the show that hit me the wrong way because I'm super critical of myself, as you know. And so when someone else is critical of me and I don't get the tone, as what happened this morning, then I got a little flustered because you can't be more critical of me than I'm already of me. So it's like, that's kind of futile. And so I read the tone wrong, and it was early, and Matt and I had a moment, but it didn't last very long. They never do with Matt, because I think we're friends. I like to believe that we're friends. So I think we made a recovery, though I probably should have apologized earlier. Maybe I did, and I don't remember. But it's been a long, hot summer, and we're under a lot of pressure. And that's one of the things I wanted to get to before I get to the rest of some of these comments. Anything that we're under siege right now. We're under fire right now. The market is very slow in radio. Advertising is down. For some reason, this summer seems incredibly brutal. because of the heat, because it feels like everybody went on vacation but us, and nobody's listening, nobody's on the road, nobody's, and so we've noticed a drop off in advertising. We've noticed a drop off in calls and things like that. Anything that you can do, that you can think of to help the show, whether it's just tell somebody about it that doesn't listen. That's it. I mean, you guys are it. You 50 to 100 people that regularly come in here in the media room, you're our only advertising. You guys. And it's something that, the show is something that we all take for granted, not only as listeners, but as actually cast members on the shows. We take it for granted, and it there's no guarantees that it's going to be some kind of permanent thing, because it can all evaporate in a hurry. Now, hopefully, if history repeats itself, we'll recover in August, and we'll have a good August and second part of August and a good September, and then we'll roll into the holidays where everything shuts down again for Christmas, and then we ramp it back up in January, and then we shut it back down in May. It's like, damn, it goes on and on. So my plea to you is to please, please, please do anything that you can to promote the show that's within the boundaries of the law. Recommend it to people, listen longer. But really, word of mouth is the best thing that you can do, because it's not a given that we'll be here tomorrow or the next day or next month or at the end of the year. And we get, I think the first few minutes of today's show was a product of overwork, overstress, heat, lack of time off and things like that. So we're trying as hard as we can. I know you guys are trying. We're all having a hot summer. We don't know where it's going to go. We don't know if the city's going to combust, but yeah, please help out any way that you can. If you're a super listener, listen longer. That's all I can say. And I don't even know what that means, but some of you out there might know what that means. All right, the chief's coming out to the domain. I don't think the chief is ready for the domain. That is some wild, wacky stuff. Anyway, thanks for letting me ask you that of you. And you may already be doing it, and for that, I thank you in advance. You think so? I don't know, man. Maybe. You're probably right. Because that's where the pressure is, as I know, because I've bowled in leagues, not as many as you have, Ryan, but it's a whole different form of pressure. But I appreciate your input. Thank you, Fred-tastic. Okay, we got a super chat here. This is called a super chat. He paid for a question. Thank you, Fred. Okay, what is the most recent life lesson you learned? I learned that life moves at the speed of time. All right, you need to break that one down a little more for me. I think the life lesson I'm learning through, this YouTube experiment, this one and the United States of Analog, is that the worst thing that you can do is doubt yourself. Your standard is not the same standard as the viewer standard necessarily. And I don't mean that as much for the media room as I do for the YouTube thing. That ideas that I normally would have shot down, that I would have ditched, turned out to be very successful. And so you just can't predict. So I'm trying not to criticize myself and not to say no. If I've produced something, if I've created something, then that's good enough. I'm going to put it up and see where it goes. And then through that, I should learn whether, if it doesn't go, then maybe do something different next time. So the only way, I guess what I'm saying is, maybe my life lesson is the only way that you can move forward is to fail. Right? And I've heard that my whole life, but I think I understand it better now as someone who's creating more content than I ever have on the radio. I talk more on the radio than I ever have, and I'm doing more videos on YouTube than I ever have, and I'm trying not to question myself. So that's my life lesson. Whatever I just said, because I already forgot it. Yeah, the only way to succeed in life is to fail, because that's the only way you know if you're doing it right, or if you're doing what your audience wants you to do. So I think that's it. I think that's it. Thanks for the super chat. I appreciate that. I hope that's a good answer. Yeah, I'm really, upset. Upset is not a word that is right for this situation. I don't have enough invested in the situation that I'm upset about Diego leaving AFC, um, Austin FC. We're talking about Diego Fagundes, who was traded or sold, actually, I think. I don't know what the term is, to LA Galaxy. He's already left town. I think he got on the bus today. I talked on the air at length about it today, and I got no response on the phone. So maybe no one really cares about the soccer team or cares about Fagundes leaving. He's been with the team since day one. I believe he's the face of the team, but he's no longer the face of the team. I thought he got the loudest ovations when he was entering and leaving the field. Not to take anything away from the great Brad Stuver and the great Sebastian Driussi, but I don't know. Why would you take the face of your team, the soul of your team, and sell it to LA? There's got to be something behind the scenes that we don't know about that's going on. I understand his performance was not as great so far this year as it's been in previous seasons, but he's the kind of a player that could make a hell of a comeback. I'm going to miss him. I'm going to miss him. I think the whole city, I think all the football fans are going to miss him. It was a shocker, because I can give you a list of 2 or 3 players that I think they should have traded off, but I guess they didn't because nobody wanted him. Probably you want a guy like Diego Fagundes. He's got a great presence. He does a lot in the community. He's active. He plays hard. He's got a great track record. I don't know. I don't know enough about how soccer works, MLS works, to know either the politics or the specifics about how, players get traded in that league and why. It just seemed odd that you would take the heart and soul of the team and the face of the team and let him go. And then, I think in September, the Galaxy play here. So with any luck, we'll see Diego Fagundes playing in Q2 Stadium in September, but for LA Galaxy. And I would assume that he would get a pretty good ovation. I don't think anybody is going to boo Diego Fagundes. I think he'll get a hero's welcome when he comes back in September, even though he'll be playing for another team. That's my prediction. That's how much he's loved, I think. Rick C. Matt loves you, Bubba. I'm the same. I'm my own worst enemy. No one can say anything worse about me than I haven't thought or said about myself. My friends get so mad because I self-deprecate so much. There you go, Rick. We're brothers from a different mother. I get it. Yeah, no, we're a good team. And, I meant to reach out to him earlier today, but we were busy. I was taking the boys to UT to get there. By the way, if you're looking for a passport, UT has a great passport office in the main building. You've got to make an appointment, but it's so much easier than the post office. They were so polite, and it was so smooth that I'm pinching myself because I was super worried. You know what it's like when you do something like that, go get a driver's license renewed or you get a passport renewed. And it was not something we could do online because their previous passports were so old, and they weren't over 16. So they had to be redone completely. And there's always that fear that you're going to miss a document or miss a space on a document or forget an ID. But I had everything. I had more. I brought driver's licenses, social security cards, birth certificates, expired passports. I brought an electric bill just in case they needed to verify our home address and so I left nothing to chance, and it went super smooth. And hopefully we'll get their passports in by mid-September, early October. It normally happens quicker than you think, but who knows these days. Anyway, um, yeah, yeah. You can tell Chewy, Matt, love and respect you. Yeah, I think they're tired of me though. I think there may be some backroom talk that they want to get rid of me, but I don't know. I don't know for sure. I can't say. Um, no, I think creatively we're killing it. I mean, I think you're right. I think we've gotten a very comfortable place where the show gets pretty easy. Even when we don't have something that's spectacular or super planned, we can turn nothing into something. Those are the best moments on the show, as far as I'm concerned, are the moments where we're scrambling. We got 30 seconds to go. You know, we're in a song, there's 30 seconds left. We're not sure where we're going. Maybe we burn through a bunch of our material and there's nothing left. And then someone will just say something and we're off and running for the next 12 minutes. So um, that's awesome. You know, those are the best moments. So yeah, I think creatively we are in a good spot, but that's not necessarily going to reflect. Well, that never reflects in the ratings. So two completely different animals, and that is, and I've talked about it before, is the most frustrating part of our job. But you made the comment. I'm not whining about it as I've done in the past. I'm just you made the comment, and I'm just telling you that there's not a correlation, unfortunately. How wonderful would that be? The funnier you are, the more ratings you got. Doesn't work that way, unfortunately. Why Not Media says been listening since '96. Would appreciate that. I'd have to ask you, how many people have asked you? Have you ever been asked who you're listening to? And the answer is probably no. Yeah, yeah. Live streams don't count most times. It has to be within a certain time period, like within 48 hours. So if you're listening to reruns 3 days after the fact, that's not going to help us. I think it's 48 hours. It's either within 24 hours or 48 hours. But not everybody gets surveyed. So, you know, and I can't get into that. But you know, I've talked about it. Not everybody in the city. In fact, very few people get surveyed. So even though you're listening, there's no one listening to you listen. Does that make sense? I think that's the best way to put it. I think that I've ever put it is that even though you're listening, no one is listening to you listen unless you've made arrangements with the company that listens to you listening. But that's about as far as I can go on that legally. Um, let's see. Here we go. Good questions though about the show. How you guys dealing with the heat out there? I'm going to ask you a question. How are you beating the heat? What are you doing? What's your secret? How you keeping your head together? How are you not going insane in the membrane? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I mean that would be awesome, but small mom and pop businesses have a very hard time affording the advertising rates that we have. Especially a restaurant with one location because you're paying. So here's how I look at it. When radio is kind of a universal thing, you've got a signal that goes to the whole city. So let's say you have a restaurant with one location, and that restaurant is on, in South Austin. Well, you're paying to advertise to the whole city as opposed to advertising to just the people that are kind of in your area that would be predisposed to maybe check you out. So your advertising dollars would probably go better with one location, would probably be better in somewhere in social media or some of those small rags that old people read, the green sheet, or I don't know what's out there anymore, but something that's more localized, or maybe a billboard, or maybe just parking your truck out in the parking lot overnight. Um, it's just kind of a waste of money. Now, if El Perito had a location up in Avery Ranch, another location in Round Rock, and a location in South Austin and North Austin, now you're talking about you want some reach. And so I think that's where mom and pop single locations have a hard time justifying the cost of advertising to an entire city. Does that make sense? I hope it does. It made sense to me. Yeah, I covered it. If you've been here for a while, Julian, you heard me say I'm disappointed. I'm saddened by it. I think he'll get a hero's welcome when he comes back to play against us in September. Um, yeah, I don't get it, but I'm not on the inside, so I don't know. Fagundes' dad, who was I think formerly his agent, made a comment that the team may have considered Fagundes a pebble in their soccer cleat, and he was a source of frustration. And I think there have been some interviews with Coach Wolf where he indicated that he was frustrated with Fagundes' performance in this. What are we? We're past halfway in the season. I think we're well past halfway, and I don't know. Maybe there was something there, but I don't know. I could give you a list of other guys I'd rather see gone than Diego. And Diego liked me on Instagram a couple weekends ago, so like, great. Now he's leaving. I was just on the precipice of being friends with him, and he left after I got a like, a follow from him. Oh, little Hickey, stop this! You gotta stop. Yeah, you'd have to tell me what you're using now and what you want to, do. I thought we had this little Hickey, do you have my phone number? You know you can call me anytime. In fact, there are probably many of you there that I wouldn't mind giving, you guys having access to me in some level. But you can call me and ask me these questions. You don't have to call the show or whatever. I mean, again, this is like with people ask me questions about. And it reminds me because I haven't answered. I got a couple people that wrote to me about gear and they need recommendations. The first thing you got to do is figure out what your budget is and what problem you need that camera to solve. So, in other words, my budget is $1,000 and I want to do a bunch of vlogging. Okay. Well, that tells me where we're at. That tells me kind of what level we're looking at. And we need a camera that has a articulated viewfinder so you can look at the viewfinder as you're filming yourself and things like that. So I think those would be my two questions with audio equipment and with cameras, is just like, what is your budget? What do you intend to do with it? And what problem do you want it to solve? Because it would be bad for you to spend money on a camera and it didn't solve any of your needs or problems. It was like didn't have a viewfinder that you could look at as you were looking into the camera. That would be a big mistake. Because I'm assuming you're going to do some vlogging. I'm assuming you're going to be a one-man crew. You're not going to have a camera person. So, Sony is I know we talked about Blackmagic last time, I think. Was it with you I was talking about Blackmagic? I know they're good. They're super professional. I think there's something in the Sony family of cameras, which, it's a pretty wide selection of cameras that they have that's going to be exactly the thing that you need. But please call me and we can talk about it. We'll go to Precision Camera together. Bring your checkbook and we'll go to Precision and, buy it from them. I'd like to know what you plan on doing. You're not getting in my space, are you? What did Scott ask? Did I miss Scott? Where's Scott? Did I miss a question from Scott? I can't see Scott. I don't see anybody named Scott. Yeah, the camera's not bad. I mean, the phone camera's not bad. You know, it's harder to do professional sound and all that with a phone. I've tried. It's hard. But your phone is a good way to start until you can get going. I started shooting stuff for the you know analog channel. Yeah, I think this is the first of other changes to come. I think you're right, Fred Tastic. That's the word on the street. That this new guy that they brought in, who says he's not the coach, but why would you say that? I can't think of his name, but I think he's already having an influence. All right, looking through your comments here, looking for more questions. Oh, look at that. Indian Steve is here. What's up, man? How are you, my brother? Backroom talk. Come on now. I don't know. I don't know. That's my own insecurities on the morning show. I think I'm still important there, but other people might have a other opinion about it. I don't know. And they're welcome to it. Everybody's saying hi to Steve. Wait, he's in India. You're in India right now? Is that right? Really? I think you said you were going. Hey, Vinyl Joe, what's up, man? I gotta show you something real cool I got from. Did I show you guys this last week? Did I show you these? Did I show you these books that I got from? I may have showed them to you last week. I don't remember. I thought I just got these a few days ago, though. These are nice books I had shipped in from Japan. And if I told you this last week, I apologize, but they're just these it's kind of magazine softcover format of all these bars like mine in Japan. Each couple pages is a spread of a different. It's surprisingly how like much of the same vibe I have in here. So I've got one more on the way. I think I may have talked to you guys about that last Wednesday, so I apologize. But sometimes I'll just sit here and I'll have a glass of Japanese whiskey, have a little, on the rocks, and just flip through that. There's all kinds of little things to look at in each of those pictures, like what equipment they're using, what records they have on the wall, what posters, and all that. It's a good time. For me, it's a good time. It might bore you, but Vinyl Joe being here reminded me of that. What's up, Vinyl Joe? How are you, man? What are you doing? Didn't you order that Techniques turntable? Did you get it? I can't remember. Thought you did. Yeah, who's going to Metallica and Pantera, and who's going to see the movie? Um, yeah, I know. I'm just being insecure. I appreciate that. I agree with what you're saying. No, that KLBJ study group was probably paid by us. If they asked you about music, it was us. If they fed you pizza and asked you about music, you were probably hired by us to help figure out what songs to play. I don't. I don't know. I don't understand that, Vinyl Joe. Lay that out. Play that out for us. Um, yeah, I'm losing about 2 inches of water every day in the pool, just evaporating in the thin air. Yeah, little Hickey's here. She was promoting the the thing at the domain on Saturday night, 8 o'clock, a little bit later start than usual. So check your time, but 8 o'clock at Dirty Birdie. I've never been there. I've never been to an indoor putt place. Should I bring my own putter, or will putters be supplied? And Steve said, I haven't listened to the show in over a month. How's it going? Well, it's going good, other than the ratings have been sucky during the summer. Let's not get started, Scott. Yeah, Indian Steve. It's just, it's the summer. This summer seems particularly brutal on every level. It probably is for you guys too. It just feels like everybody left town for a cooler environment, except for the people that just moved here who don't know about us. How would they? There's no advertising. Seems like a lot of our loyals have left town, such as yourself, Indian Steve. Why aren't you calling us from India, by the way? You have the number. And I know there's a big time difference, but you should stay up late or get up early and call us and tell us what you're doing in India. That would be fascinating. Yeah, I shipped that out to you, Joe. Sorry, man. I saw that order a couple days after you put it in. I'm glad I came across it, though, so it should be on its way. Yeah, the viewfinder is important, little hickey. If you're shooting yourself, you need to know how you're framed up. So you got to get. Most cameras have at least a viewfinder that'll swing out to the side. Some have more articulation than others, though. I won't be seeing Pantera. I'm certainly not going to go to the Germania Amphitheater in the middle of the summer. I'm not built that way. My threshold for heat is about kaput. Met Girl's going. Hey, Met Girl, we haven't said hi to you. What's up? I wanted to go see Eric Church last weekend at Germania, but I couldn't. I can't even imagine how performers perform. Oh, I have my Bob Father candle right here. Look. Funny you should mention it. Let's see if the camera will focus. Yeah, there it is right there. That's the one? I thought you made this. I guess you have candle makers. It smells good. In fact, I'm going to burn it right now. I'm going to burn it right now. Let me see if I have a... Great. See, this is the way my life is going. I can't even get the lighter to work. There we go. All right, it's lit. It's lit. It does make a noise. It doesn't spark, but it does. It's got one of those wooden. It has one. What do you call that? A wooden wick. And sometimes when I have the candle and I'm listening to music and the candle's going, I think that my speakers are burned out. But it's the candle making the noise, not the speakers. So yeah. There, you guys can see it right there. It's burning bright. Cool, man. I'd like to see metallic, but I don't think my hearing could take it right now. I just don't. I would have to have some serious earplugs in, and then I wouldn't be able to really enjoy it. I am going to go see Springsteen in Phoenix, though, in November, if I'm still alive. Yeah, you got it. You're welcome, little hickey. No, I don't know anything. I don't follow local radio at all. I have no idea. I couldn't tell you what Booker is doing. I couldn't tell you what the Horn is doing. Couldn't tell you what Bobby Bone. I have no interest. It would only make me more frustrated, especially if I found out what their salaries are. Hey, Sonny, we haven't said hi to you. What's up? You going to be there? You going to be at the Dirty Birdie? Oh, well, tell Julie I said hi. That her candle is right here. It always has been since the day I built this. It's right here. Do you think the on-air sign back there is corny? I found it the other day in the attic or something, or somewhere found it in a, I don't know, in a drawer or something. I thought, well, I'll put it down there. But that's kind of hokey, right? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to take it out. When I'm done here, I'm going to take it out and burn it, smash it. It lights up, actually. Let's see if maybe I'll like it better if it lights up. Hang on. It's tight quarters back here. I don't know. Kind of hokey. Nobody's complained about it, though. Yeah, burned one tonight. Okay, I'm almost at the all right, we got to start now. I've got all through the questions. I'm at 9:52 on the questions. What is let's go. I mean on the comments. Let's go. Ask away. Let's do rapid fire questions. Rapid fire. I will be taking some time off next week from the show. I can't. I've got to recharge my batteries somehow. And get ready for the fall season. The all new, brand new fall season. I'm waiting patiently for your questions. Patiently. You can ask me about anything. I asked you guys how you're dealing with the heat. Also, what'd you think of Barbie? What'd you think of Oppenheimer? I've not seen Oppenheimer yet. Did you guys finish? Man, I really like that show Hijack on Apple Plus. It wrapped up today. Hey, Comedy Wham. We're shooting for 2. I think we have news about the first one coming up very soon. I actually forgot the date, but I can't release it yet because the paperwork's not done. But we're planning one in, I believe, in September and one in December. If we can get it done, if we can get the dates. It's harder to get the dates, at least at Cap. But that's where we want to be. Yeah, it was a good ending. It was a good ending. Huh, no clown chairs. Yeah, we got a new sofa being delivered on Friday. We're excited about upstairs in the family room. Right now we have those two big beanbag chairs up there, but we're going to have to get rid of one or both of those. So I may give those away here. If anybody's interested in them. We may keep one and get rid of one. They're huge. They're ginormous. Okay, let's see. I did not watch any of the Senate hearings on the UFO. It would only aggravate me. I don't know. I'm trying to lay low. I like Oliver. I'm trying to lay low and not give him a hard time. I don't want him to think that I think any differently of him. So I don't think he bought the record. I think he brought back the one that he borrowed. I can't say for sure if the original one had a price tag or not because I don't remember. It probably did have the price tag on it. I just didn't notice it. Because sometimes when you try to scratch off the price tag on the shrink wrap, it'll rip the shrink wrap, and that wouldn't be good. But Barbie was good. It was good. I enjoyed it. I talked about that on the air, how the kids didn't get the stuff that I was getting, and some of the adults didn't get the stuff that I was getting, and I didn't get some of the stuff the women were getting. And so it has it's pretty phenomenal that a movie could have that much appeal to so many different demographics. Like no two people saw it the same way or thought the same things were funny. You brought your own kind of your own notions or whatever into it. And there was times I was just laughing nervously because my wife was laughing. So I thought, well, I better support her and laugh with her. It is exciting. We are doing some live podcasts. We need that right now. We need that feedback from you guys. We need to hear you guys laugh in person. I think that's one of the things that we're missing right now. And that's one of the things that I've talked about here to you guys about, working in a vacuum. Last record I bought, I'm pretty happy. What did I get? They're down here. Let me see. Oh, I just got this, man. I'll tell you how OCD I am. So I just got this. I've wanted this for a long time, and it just came out, Vinyl Joe. It just came out. This is one of the ones I got. Okay, there's another one that I got. Hang on a second. We'll do a little record flip before we go. Let me see what else I got. I've got a bunch down here I haven't filed yet. Nope. I'm breaking records. Okay, we'll just do these four. These are all pretty good bangers. So I got this. Again, I'm continuing my jazz journey. This is Idris Muhammad. This is recorded in the early 70s, I believe. It is very much a drum, jazz, funk kind of record. Pressed at, it's by Kraft Recordings. Kevin Gray, he mastered it. So, that's a good thing. I think that's just regular, good old black vinyl. That's pretty cool. If you like funk and you like drums and jazz, that's pretty cool. This is killer. This is just a regular. This is actually a glow-in-the-dark version. I could turn off all the lights now. I haven't taken it into a room to see if it actually glows in the dark, but it's supposed to be glow-in-the-dark vinyl. This is a great album. This Warren Zevon album, Excitable Boy, is killer. I think there's a MoFi version of this out, but you know what? I thought, do I need a MoFi version of Warren Zevon? Or should I just get the regular $20 version? So that's pretty cool. I don't remember where I got this one. I may have got it at Piranha. I don't know where I saw it. I may have got it at the end of the year. Here's another jazz record because I like Lonnie Smith. He's a jazz organist. I like the cover. I don't know what year this is from. This could be relatively recent, though. This looks like an old picture of Lonnie Smith. Anyway, that was cool. It's called Think because he does a cover of Aretha Franklin's Think. And then this one, a lot of people have been waiting for this for a long time because it always sells out. Chet Baker sings. It's a banger. And I'm mad. I'm not mad. So I was playing this the other night, and I was lifting the record off the turntable, and my hand slipped, and I dragged I don't have much in fingernails, but I dragged a finger across the thing, and it left a mark. Then I went back and listened to the track, and you can't hear anything. It didn't leave a deep scratch, just like a scuff, but it's like, I don't want a scuff on this record. This is a very... at times this can be a really hard record to find. And this is from 1956, which was the year that I was born. So that's kind of interesting to kind of listen to music that was being recorded at that time, in the year that you were born. Puts things into perspective, Too much perspective, if you ask me, but the record's fine. That you can't hear the scuff, which is good. I think I'm trying to get back here just to see if there's anything else I want to show you. I don't think so. I think that's pretty much it. Oh, this one was pretty cool. So I got this at end of the year. and I think it's lightly used. But I got an original, and I actually like this album more than I thought I would. I got an original Japanese pressing of Phil Collins' "Hello, I Must Be Going." Look at that cover. Look how clear that is. They really did a good job in Sony Japan or wherever. I'm having a hard time finding the angle. There we go. I'm trying to get the light off of it. Maybe turn it that way. There. How cool is that? It's got the obi on it. You know, I talked about the obi strip right here. The Japanese records have most Japanese. How cool is that? Huh? There's the label. I think it was $20. I'll pay $20 for a Japanese pressing all day. Are you jealous, Vinyl Joe? That's pretty cool, right? I'm not a huge Phil Collins or Genesis fan, but you know what? I've played this like 4 times already. I like it. Takes me back to the 80s. This was, what year was this? What year? 1982. Come on, do you remember 82? Where were you? Where were you in 82? All right, guys. Let's see if we have any other. So that answers your question. Oppenheimer is brilliant. I know. I'll talk to my wife and see if we're giving 1 or 2 of those away, and then we'll have some kind of giveaway here for all the people that would want it. But you'd have to come to my home and drink with me at my bar and load it into your truck. I think it might fit into a big car, but you might need a truck. Yeah, hopefully when it gets cooler, we'll do more. We'll see. They haven't booked another one yet. Hey John, how you doing? John's here, F1 guy. Yeah, Barbie was good. I didn't cry. My wife cried. She saw it twice. She cried both times. Yeah, I heard they got a sale going on there. I heard they had a box of, like, they had a couple crates of $4 records. I may go there tomorrow after the show if I'm feeling it. Don't be jealous. There's records for you. I'm not buying them all. Finally, it should be here. I think it's supposed to be here on my birthday, but I find MoFi repressed "Blood on the Tracks" original master recording, Bob Dylan, and I don't even have. It's my favorite record of all time, and I don't even have a good vinyl copy of it. So that's coming from the In Groove in Phoenix. I hope it gets here without getting warped. That's my big fear. It is so hot on the front porch that they drop off package of records, and there's a good chance it's going to get warped. That's cool. I may go over there tomorrow, though. I've got to cut back my. Once the Blood on the Tracks gets here, I'm cutting back for a while. But I say that, but I might go to a city that has some pretty good record stores next week, so I don't know. Last movie that made me cry was Paddington 2. You got Glory? I got Paddington 2. And you're like, Bob, how could you cry at Paddington 2? Oh, you watch it and see how you do. All right, guys, we'll end with that. I think that was a pretty good question. Last movie to make you cry. We did over an hour here, I think, close to an hour. Thank you guys so much. We'll see you tomorrow on the radio show. Oh, I don't know. I'll have to ask her. She finished Righteous Gemstones. She really liked that. I haven't watched it. I've been into into Hijack. I want to go back though and watch both seasons of The Bear from the beginning. I want to rewatch those, every one of them. It's like, oh man, it's like TV candy. It's so good. It's so good. I'll ask her if she cried, and I'll report back. Thank you guys. I'm going to leave the channel up for a few minutes. Thanks for your support again. I implore you to support the show and help us get the word out about the show. I know it's uncomfortable. It's like It's like a preacher asking you to, you know, preach about Jesus out there, but we really could use your help. We don't have any advertising. There's a bunch of new people moving to town. People don't know us. And, we're kind of on the bubble right now. I think we're still in the top 5, but it gets scary sometimes. So great. We'll see you guys on Saturday. If I don't see you Friday here, if I'm home, I'll definitely do a show. It's my birthday weekend, so I'm not sure what is happening that I know about or don't know about, but we'll come at you on Friday night if we're home. And right now we might be. So maybe we'll do a good old freak out on Friday night. Thank you. Thanks for your support. Thanks for your love. Thanks for your patience. Thanks for your financial support and supporting the channel. And don't forget to go to United States of Analog and subscribe to that. And, maybe we'll turn that into a success. And, we'll just see. All right, cool. See you guys later. Let me get everything rolling here. I'll leave the channel up for 2 or 3 minutes so you guys can say good night to each other. I'll say good night to you all now. I'll see you Friday. If not Friday, definitely Saturday. Okay, live. Thank you, Little Hickey, for putting that together. Okay.